Welcome, travellers! If you're just listening to the Travelman podcast for the first time, then my name is Ben and I say a huge hello to you. I hope everyone's well. I'm okay. It's a bit cold outside. Weather's a little bit cruddy. I wish it was a bit more sunnier, a bit more warmer. Today was a little bit better, but we are in winter. So bring on spring, I reckon. But I'm a keen traveller and thank you for listening. I've been to an assortment of different countries and cities around the world, and I'm here to share my travel experiences with you and adventures. So enjoy. Today we will be talking about Skytrax top 10 airlines for 2018 and some other travel info. Hold on. I'm back. Today on the podcast, I'll be recapping the top 10 airline awards as voted by the nice people from Skytrax. That's right, Skytrax. They're the industry standard when it comes to airline awards. And I did a similar podcast last year for the 2017 awards. And I've just eaten a dairy snack, and it was delicious. Some of the planes I've flown with, and some of the planes I haven't flown with. So where I can, I'll let you know what I think of the planes that I actually have flown with. I'll probably be mostly positive, I'm guessing. And the ones I haven't flown with, I'll love to fly with one day. So I'd also let you know how the top 10 list fared from last time when I did the top 10 last year, which was fantastic. And enjoy the podcast. Before I do read out the top 10 airlines, an honourable mention goes to my hometown airline, which is Qantas. They finished just outside the top 10 at number 11. Come on, Qantas, you can do it. Cried all the Qantas passengers on that plane. So they came in at number 11, which is good, but let's hope that they come in at under 10 next year. I'd really like to see them in the top 10. They were, last year, they were 15th, I think it was, from when I remembered looking at the top 20 airlines. They finished, 15th last year. I would like to say I've never had a bad flight with Qantas, and every flight I've had with them so far has been great. I've enjoyed the food, I've enjoyed the cabin crew. They've always been really nice to me. I know you do get some negative Nancy's saying that some of their crew are a little bit older, on the older side, just like some of the other airlines like Delta. Well, not so much Delta. Yeah, Delta. Yeah, Delta does have some. No, not really. What am I talking about? Not Delta. Delta, all right. Maybe I'm thinking of Air Canada, which is a different country altogether. But that doesn't matter. I don't care about older cabin crew. As long as they do their job well, they enjoy the job, they sit you in your seat, they're nice enough. If they're nice to me, I'm nice to them. I'm generally nice all the time. If you ever meet me in real life, in IRL, you'll figure out that I'm a pretty nice guy. Anyway, enough crap talk. This is the top 10 airline awards. So coming in at number 10 is Thai Airways, which were number 11 last year. Thai Airways hails from Thailand, as the name suggests, and are an exceptional airline, and their hub is in Bangkok, which I've flown into many times. Thailand, and more importantly Bangkok, is a fabulous place to visit, so if you've never visited there before, then you better get there. It can come across as being sketchy at night, but there is great nightlife, amazing nightlife. There's great food, there's awesome temples and gardens, there's ladyboys, if you like that type of thing. And if you travel out of Bangkok, you have the beaches. Thai Airways has an excellent safety record, and I've always enjoyed flying with them. I've flown countless times with them from Melbourne to Bangkok in first class, of course. I'm always in the back, actually. So I'm never in first class. I'm always right down the back near the dunnies. I have some travel news which involves Thai Airways, actually. And if you listen to the end of the podcast, then you'll hear that travel news. Coming in at number 9 is Garuda Indonesia, which were number 10 last year. They've made some wonderful improvements from last year, and if you didn't hear the podcast from last year, 2017, then you may not have known that my mum used to work for Garuda Indonesia for a very long time. And I actually haven't flown Garuda since you could smoke inside the cabin, or maybe inside the toilets. I'm sure they've upped their game since I've travelled with them last, so they wouldn't be in 9th place for nothing. They are a fantastic airline. They're doing great things for Indonesia. Their main hub is Jakarta, which I've flown into. It's a bustling city with many food options and lovely temples and so forth, so I'll have to get myself back there. I haven't been to Jakarta since I was probably a 10-year-old, maybe a 12-year-old, I'm not sure, since I was in grade 4. Number 8 is Hainan Airlines, which has moved from number 9 to number 8, which is so great, and I didn't mean to rhyme that at all. They hail from China, which is the birth country of my sister-in-law. She comes from Beijing, and she's a crazy one. Nah, she's lovely. Shout out to Zoe. Hello. Hello, Zoe. Now, Hainan Airlines' main hub is in Haikou. I'm not sure where that is. It could be in the south, could be in the north. I'm sure Zoe would let me know if she was right next to me right now. They are a civilian-run airline, which is cool. And by fleet size, it is the 4th largest airline in China. I'd like to give this airline a go one day, as they do fly into Melbourne, and I guess fly out of Melbourne also. I have never been to China, so it might be worth a chance. So I could probably take Hainan Airlines into Haikou and then take a little side trip to any Shanghai or Beijing or somewhere like that. Yeah, I'm not sure. So it's quite a possibility that one day I might be taking Hainan Airlines, and that is cool. Number 7 is Lufthansa. They stay solid at number 7, actually. They were 7 last year. They are a fantastic German-run airline, which I've flown countless times in Germany and around Europe. They are Europe's best and largest airline by fleet size, and their main hub is in Frankfurt, which is a large German city. I haven't spent much time in Frankfurt, so I wouldn't be able to give you too much info about Frankfurt. I only really know the airport and how long I've been delayed there, which is accumulated about 16 hours. I've been to Berlin, Munich and Nuremberg, which is a beautiful little city. Nuremberg's awesome, so is Munich and Berlin. And the steins in those countries are amazing, and the Drindel dresses. So if you like steins and Drindel dresses and all things nice and Germans, you'd love to fly with Lufthansa Airlines. Cathay Pacific has dropped from number 5 to number 6. Oh, what did Cathay do? What are they doing there in Hong Kong? But they are the Hong Kong-based airline, and their hub being at the Hong Kong International Airport. They are one of the largest and most reliable carriers in the world. They are a fantastic airline. My mum used to work for Cathay Pacific, and I'm sure they'll pick up their game and get back right into the top 5 for next year. So come on, Cathay, let's get back into the top 5 for next year. My mum actually just finished working for them a couple of years ago, and she did 20 years service. So fantastic to my mummy for doing that. She is a fantastic lady. I was considering going to Hong Kong this year, but my wife and I decided on 2 other Asian cities instead. So you'll have to keep listening to find out where I'm going. Number 5 is EVA Air, which is Taiwan's 2nd largest airline, and that stole 5th spot from Cathay Pacific. The Taiwanese airline is based in Taiwan International Airport, and I'll use based in and hub interchangeably, as they pretty much mean the same thing. I've never flown with EVA Air and I only found out about them last year when I was doing the top 10 list. So they seem to be an airline which is on the rise. It's great for Taiwan, considering they're the second largest. So I don't know which is the largest Taiwanese airline. It might be Air Taiwan, if that's a thing. I'll have to one day book a seat with them. I did actually nearly book a seat with them this year for my holiday in October, but alas, I decided to use another carrier instead because the flights were cheaper. So keep listening to find out more, but yeah, it would have been good to fly with Eva Air, but maybe next time. Emirates comes in at number 4, which is based in Dubai. They fly out of Dubai International Airport, which is their hub, and it's the biggest airport I've ever visited. Emirates is a very solid airline, whom I've flown with on countless occasions from Melbourne to Europe, or right through to Europe via Dubai, and I've flown only their A380s, which is my favourite plane in the world. The Airbus A380 is the best plane in the world. Emirates has a really good or really solid safety record, and I've never had a bad flight with them. I can't say I've enjoyed the food on Emirates because I don't really like any airline food except for the tortellini pasta and Qantas. They are the largest airline in the world for a reason, and I'll have to plan to make a stopover one day in Dubai, as I've never had the opportunity to spend a couple of days there. And from all reports, it's an interesting place to visit. I don't know, I think I nearly sounded Indian there. It's an interesting place to visit. Anyway, I've never been to the Emirates, so only to the airport, so it'd be really, really cool to check out Dubai. They do have the Burj Khalifa, which you can see from the airport. You can see it through the airport windows that look all fogged up because it's so icy and chilly inside the airport. So go to Dubai, fly there with Emirates and check it out, because that's one thing that I really want to do. ANA All Nippon Airways comes in at number 3 and holds firm. They are a fantastic airline, Air Nippon, so All Nippon, sorry. They are based out of 2 of Tokyo's airport, one which is Haneda Airport. That's for all their domestic flights, that's their hub. And Narita Airport, which is just outside of Tokyo, and their hub for international flights. They would be a fantastic option if you ever need to fly into Japan. I'm pretty sure they don't fly into Melbourne. I tried to research this, and I've actually never seen them fly overhead my house. So they don't fly to Melbourne. They only fly into Sydney. So if I ever wanted to take ANA or Nippon Airways, I'd have to fly into Sydney. They are Japan's largest airline by fleet size and are worth an option. If you want to book tickets to one of my favourite countries, I really, really, really love Japan. I think they're a fantastic country, and try and spend some time there. They've gone through a lot of stuff at the moment, with the floods and so forth. So really, I hope things get better in Japan very quickly, because it's just a wonderful place. Number 2 is Qatar Airways. They've dropped a position, as they were holding top spot last year. So I don't know what they did to lose that position, but obviously the airline that came in first this year is doing a better job. So they are a fantastic airline. I will one day take them if I do get the opportunity to fly with them. That would be great. I think their prices are probably comparable to Emirates and Etihad Airlines that both fly into Melbourne as well. I've just never had the opportunity to take Qatar Airways. Otherwise, I probably would have. They are based out of Qatar International Airport. I don't know too much about Qatar. All I know is that they probably only have about 80,000 residents, and all the rest of people living there are not Qataris. And they do have the World Cup in about 4 years' time. So come on, guys, get your stuff together. Let's have a nice Qatar World Cup. Coming in at number 1 is Singapore Airlines, and it's the top-ranked airline for this year. Its main hub is Changi Airport, which is an awesome airport. It's a fantastic airport. It's one of the best airports in the world, if not the best. There is so much you can do at the airport. You can sit down, you can watch a film, you can walk through gardens, you can, I don't know, probably paint your face. You can do a heap of stuff there. Everything about Changi Airport is fantastic. It is one of the top destinations or top things to do when you're in Singapore. So fly with Singapore Airlines to Changi Airport, especially if you're in Melbourne. Why not fly Singapore Airlines? They're the best airline in the world. So fly Singapore. They have an impeccable safety record. They're number one for a reason. And I think that's probably about it. So I'm happy to see that Singapore Airlines finished first. Qantas got to get their stuff together and get into the top 10. I hope you enjoyed the top 10 airlines for 2018. The full list of the 100 airlines that were ranked are at www.worldairlineawards.com/world's top 100 airlines 2018. You can find all the information there. Now, we're up to the exciting part. This is the part where I tell you about travel info for this year. Yes, I'm going away again, and I can hear you now. Oh, he's off again on holidays. Does he ever stop traveling? Yes, he does. He has to work. He's going away again, and guess where I'm going? I'm going to Taiwan, and I'm going to South Korea. In South Korea, I'm going to have a great time in Seoul, and I plan to eat a lot of food, eat a lot of noodles, eat kimchi, go and see North Korea. No, I'm not going to see North Korea. I'm going to the demilitarized zone just to pop my head over and just say g'day to the guys across the way from me, and can't wait to do that. Can't wait to do probably a day trip somewhere. Maybe probably go to some temples, go check out the fantastic art galleries and museums that are in Seoul. In Taiwan, I plan to do the tea plantations because they're quite famous for that. They're also famous for onsens, just like Japan is for their onsens. Taiwan is apparently the world's largest area for onsens, if that makes any sense. So out of all the countries in the world, they have the most thermal hot springs, which is what an onsen is. Onsen is a Japanese word for thermal hot spring. So I can't wait to dip my body in some really warm sulfuric water. I'm feeling warm just thinking about it. Taiwan or Taipei has awesome food as well, just like Seoul. They have fantastic buildings to visit. They have nice museums, art galleries. They tend to be really nice people, just like the Koreans. So I can't wait for the hospitality. And everything about this trip is going to be fantastic. I'm spending 7 nights in both countries, in both cities. And that's about it, guys. Or guy, you one solitary person. Thank you so much for listening to me. I hope that you enjoy this podcast. If this is your first time listening, then I really thank you a lot. Please get onto iTunes, hit subscribe, give me a 5-star rating if you like. And you can follow me on many great podcasting apps. I think I'm nearly on everything except for Spotify. I am on Stitcher. I am on... Maybe I'm on iHeartRadio. You'll have to double check me there. But I'm on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I will be as Travelman Pod. Travelman Pod. And Instagram, I'm Travelman Bed and Travelman Podcast. On Facebook, I have a Facebook group and page called Travelman Podcast. You can find my wonderful little website that's on the interweb. Chuck it in Google. Put in Travelman Podcast. It's the first thing that comes up. It's quite a long website name, otherwise I just say it. But all the notes are or all the info that I've given you today are in the show notes. All the info I've given you today is in the show notes, so enjoy. And I have a regular upload coming next Sunday or Sunday week, so this is just like a little special one that I'm just popping in today. So thank you guys. Guy, one solitary person. Ta-ta. Bye-bye. Cheerio. I nearly forgot to actually say what airline I was flying with. I'm flying with Thai Airways. Thanks, Thai. And goodbye.